Welcome back to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. We're on another episode this Halloween month, and I'm so excited to have a very, very well-known psychic medium, Colby Rebel. You can find her at Psychic Rebel, and she is Zooming in today because I have to quarantine for Teen Mom. My husband is going to New York, and this is kind of a opportunity to get to go back and do the what do they call it, when they the recap show or whatever, the bitch slap show where they all get and want to like kill each other, and Drew has to sit there and be the referee. But anyways, they are filming in New York, so we have to quarantine for a week. Once we get there, we have to get a COVID test. We had one on Saturday. I am COVID free, but not taking any risk to get it because then he'll have to quarantine and he won't be able to make any money, and we really, really could use it right now. And also, I just want to catch up with those teen moms. You know, it's the OG. It's just amazing. I mean, they've been in quarantine all this time. We don't know where they've been, what's been going on. It's going to be kind of exciting, actually. So, Colby had the honor of interviewing Amber Portwood, and Portwood, and she was amazing. And unfortunately, we were unable to get an interview with her because I think they're being very careful about their MTV is being very careful about their talent, and we're all just dying to know where they are and what they're doing. I'm sure Colby could tell us where they are and what they're doing without us even talking to them. But anyways, that's why Colby is in her home, in her studio, where she does her daily show, Coffee with Colby. Correct, Aminda?
Yep. Weekly, yes.
And then oh, you do that weekly now. So and then you have your weekly show, or that's now your weekly show.
I have two weekly shows. Coffee with Colby, Tuesdays 10 a.m. and then Thursday at 5 p.m. is the Colby Rebel show.
So with the ability to work through the internet and live streaming, we're going to be able to do another show next week. And I don't know, I think Cindy Kaza may pop by. Also, Caleb is my producer, and he is running the vMix board, and I'm very happy to have that capability. But oh yeah, Coffee with Colby, there it is. You got to check her out. You'll get a brief idea of what she does today, and if you want more, you can follow her there. We have people lining up on the phone. Should we just dive in, Colby?
Yeah, definitely. Did you want a little kind of creepy story though for
Okay,
Halloween?
yeah. So I decided that, I would ask my psychics if they had any really strange experiences. Colby calls them spirits. Some people call them ghosts. There might be a difference. I'm not sure if there is a difference between somebody who's a spirit or who's a ghost, or somebody that's reaching through the atmosphere and calling Colby. So it's a pretty crazy story, I have to admit. So go ahead.
Yeah, this one's pretty crazy. So this was quite a few years ago. I was studying for the CPA exam, and I lived in a townhome in Encino. And the guy next to me was in his 50s, and I didn't really talk to him too much. I thought he was a bit odd, to be honest. His mother was older. Her name was Madonna, and she had passed that January, so this was May. And she was such a lovely lady. And then I was studying. All of a sudden, my heart is pounding. It's racing out of my chest. And I hear Randy is dying. Randy is the neighbor, the male neighbor. And so I jump over my divider that divides us. It's a cement wall, but you could get up it through the air conditioner vents. So I jump over it.
She's a petite girl, very fit. She can jump over a fence and go into an air conditioning vent.
And I tried to open his sliding glass door, and it was locked. So I proceed to call 911. Now, this is crazy. I've never been in his house. I have no idea if there's actually anything wrong with him. It's just this kind of feeling that I've got, something I'm hearing, go get him. So the police officers come, and they try the sliding glass door, and they said, oh, it's locked. I'm like, yes, I know.
I already tried that, thanks.
Yeah, I was like, oh, really? And they said, would you like us to break it down? And I was like, no, I mean, I don't want them to break it down.
Right.
And I said, look, there's a small window. Let's go in the window. And the two large officers were like, we're not going to fit through this window, but we'll lift you up. And so the two men hoisted me up. I wiggled through this little window. So thank goodness I'm small, right? And it was really crazy because you have to imagine everything in me is going nuts. Everything is pounding, crazy. Yeah. And so I get in there and it's the bathroom. So I kind of get down and I go around the corner and there is the doorway. There's Randy right in his recliner. His eyes are right open. He's staring right at me as I look right in. And he has passed away. He's just gone. And it was so crazy. And you would think like, I mean, now I go, oh my God, like I was running around being nervous. And I wasn't. It was so peaceful. I opened up the sliding glass door for the officers. Oh,
so, okay, their first instinct is, okay, did this woman kill the guy? And then just let us
Well, they knew I didn't. They knew I did it because how would I lock the sliding glass door from,
That's true.
You know, I wasn't going to crawl through. Yeah, so, but anyhow.
I don't know.
No. But, well, they did do an autopsy because that's, I guess, just per LA law, the way it works.
Right. No kidding. That is so crazy.
But they said he had passed within an hour of my 911 call, and he had passed from a heart attack.
Wow.
So I was like,
how long did it take for them to get there?
Oh, it took a while. Like, I mean, this is LA, right? It took about 15, 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes.
You might have been able to save him if they had gotten him a little sooner, right?
I don't know.
Poor guy.
I don't know.
That must have freaked you out. Now, when you saw him, what happened to you? Like, as a spiritualist,
it was just so peaceful, and I heard his mother say thank you. Oh. And I just felt like, because she wasn't alone. I don't have it here, I have it downstairs. So a few of the neighbors, we proceeded to help clean out his house afterwards because he didn't really have any family. That's and a cousin flew him. And as I was cleaning up, there was this coin, it was a metal coin, and it was an angel cut out of it, and it said, "You are my angel." And I just knew that was for me. So I still have it to this day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, that's a good story. I remember that one. See, having intuition might have kept him, from being found in a worse position a week or two later. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been left alone. There was no one watching him or taking care of him. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's really good to have people checking in on you or your loved ones if they're older or have heart conditions. For that reason, you can't always have a psychic living next door. Okay, it's just not an option. But I mean, I guess you could.
My grandma she just celebrated her 91st birthday.
Oh, congratulations.
So, yay.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
I know. We all chipped in and we got her the Apple Watch because, if you fall and they don't detect movement, they call for 911.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Yeah, so she was really, she's a little taken aback that we had all gotten it, but it was funny. She goes, well, this thing isn't going to tell me when I'm dying, though, is it? She's like, it's too smart. I don't want to know when I'm dying.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I want to meet your grandmother. She sounds like a hoot.
She's the best. Real quick, too, one time she said to me, she said something about dying, and she wasn't feeling well. And I said, well, Grandma, I said, at least you'll have me to talk to. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not ready to just talk to only one family member yet. I mean, she's got the best sense of humor.
Oh, my God, that's so cute. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I want to go to a call, and I'm going to tell people that we're going to kind of breeze through.
Quick ones.
So I'm going to go for somebody who happened to be Christy. Hello, welcome to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Hi.
So you're here with Colby. She can telepathically tell you whatever through the phone and through the vMix. It's amazing too because there's no delay. Our lips are in sync, I think. So it's kind of cool. I mean, who knew we'd be able to do this one day, Colby. But anyways, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I was just thinking about my son who passed, and I was just hoping I might hear something from him.
Yeah, and Christy, if you don't mind for me just speaking up a little, because you're actually a little low for me,
okay,
honey?
Sorry.
That's much better. Yeah, there you go, Mama. I get the feeling from your son. Now, am I right, Christy, that your son's passing would be sudden? Is that correct? Like he didn't say goodbye?
Yep.
Okay, and would you also understand with him, is there a part of his life where he didn't take care of himself? Does that make sense to you, or he wasn't doing the best things for his body?
At the end.
I'm sorry, at the end. Is that correct?
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And he also gives me a feeling his thoughts weren't really right either. Do you understand that? Like there's something about his thoughts or his head. There's something along these lines. Do you understand this with him?
Yeah, he was drinking.
Okay. All right. He also gives me the feeling where I do feel like this, I just feel like though it's also connected to a depression. So would you have known him to be depressed or a bit of like sadness with him? Because it feels like he feels a little out of control.
Very much.
Okay. And I also get the feeling where I just feel like for me, this is a bit, I don't feel like this is intentional. I don't think that this is like a suicide, right? But maybe this is something where he's responsible for the passing because he just feels like he wasn't responsible at the time of the passing. I think he either had alcohol or something in his system when he passed. Is that correct, Christy?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
honey.
He shot himself.
Okay, he says he's sorry, honey. Okay, so, you know, it's interesting because that is a suicide, but he didn't really say that. He just gave me a sense of being responsible. So that makes me feel like for him, he was in a state of not being very clear. Like, I think it was like this depression up and down. So to me, this seems to have been more momentary. Like, he did not leave a note. Am I correct, Mommy? No note, right?
No what?
No note. He did not leave it.
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't leave anything.
Because I didn't feel like he left a note because this to me doesn't feel like it was planned, right? Like this to me feels like he was in a moment of angst and it feels like that's what happened here, okay? And he gives me this sense where I feel like when I go back to when he's a younger boy, he's always laughing. Like I feel like as a younger boy, he makes me feel like he's got this goofy grin, you know, a little bit mischievous, but I just feel like there's a sense where he was warm and funny. Like he was so full of life, especially when he was younger. Do you understand this around him?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Did he also enjoy skateboarding, or do you remember him either skateboarding, like something like this?
Oh, he was a skateboarder, and now his son's a skateboarder.
Aw.
I love it. Okay, I
was a
love
skateboarder.
it.
I got the knees to prove it.
I feel like he's letting his son know that he is around him, okay? And then also, I keep getting that at 12. Is there someone around the age of 12? Is the son 12? I'm trying to figure out the 12 here.
I don't know, he's 10. His son is 10. I don't know what 12.
Okay, his son is 10. Is there a connection to the month of December, like a birthday or a celebration?
His son's birthday is December.
Okay, there we go. See, so he's acknowledging his son. There we go.
Bing, bing, bing,
and,
bing, bing.
And I feel just like with.
We lost her for a second.
Did we?
What?
We lost her.
Okay, Spirit.
Do you understand? Do you understand? Would you know a name Michael? Is there a Michael connected somewhere as well? Either a middle name in the living.
Yes.
Who is Michael, honey?
Colby, his girlfriend married a Michael that's now the father of his son.
Aw.
I got it. Okay. So, he gives me chills for this. And honestly, I feel like there's an approval for this guy. Like, I feel like he feels glad that there's someone taking care of his son. And there's regret that it's not him. I mean, clearly he takes responsibility. He's showing he wished he had been there. But I really feel like you understand that your son was battling maybe more demons than he knew how to handle, and a situation where I don't think he quite knew how to work things out. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And then really quick, was your son ever in the military at all? Because I got PTSD, so I don't know if, okay. Do you understand that your son may have been experiencing PTSD over something?
I'm not quite sure. He had a lot of issues. I'm not sure.
Okay, it makes me feel like he would get triggered, okay? So again, I feel like this whole situation...
He did get triggered.
Okay, because I feel like this whole thing came about being triggered, but he does send love. He sends love to his son, and he just lets you know, Mom, try not to worry about him, that he is okay, and that he also just shares with you that he just wished he'd been able to ask for more help. But again, he just felt a little lost in being able to kind of come forward in a way that maybe would have had a different ending, okay?
Oh, man, Colby, you're so good.
Oh, thank you,
you're
honey.
So right
just
on everything you just said. Jeez. Thank you, Colby.
When did your son pass?
What?
When did your son pass?
In 2012.
I'm very sorry for your loss, but he is here with you, so just remember that.
Yes, he is.
I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope it makes you feel better.
Thank you so much. It felt so good to hear this, because Colby was so good.
She's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I only have great people on my show. What can I say? Thank you. Have a great night.
Oh, thank you, guys.
So we had a caller, Shelley, who was on the show last week with Rebecca, and Rebecca read her question was about her mother was worried because her brother died, and she was worried she was stuck in transition, and she was able to give her, it was a recent death, like really recent, like a week ago or something, which is really amazing because sometimes when the spirits pass, they don't come through right away, but she wanted to thank us and tell us how much she appreciated the reading. And I told Taylor to let her know that where my things go? Let her know that we'll mention it. We're really glad that happened, but I can't take her call again this time because we got to get new people on here, and we really appreciate her response. I know she was really happy she put it in the restream. Okay, so here's a guy who's asking me a question, but I want to know this from Colby. Hi, David. How are you?
Hello. How's it going?
Good. I know your name from somewhere. I don't know why, David Ferrer, but it may be a common name. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty well these days. I'm here with a crazy good psychic. Do you have a question for her?
Yeah. Well, I had a couple. I wonder what your guys' thoughts were on like free will and determinism and fate, and what you guys believe on that.
Oh, that's a really wonderful question, David. So free will is our ability to make choices, right? I believe that we have a path. We kind of have this destiny, so to speak, right? But if something is not in alignment, we have free will to change it. But we also have free will in the negative way too, right? If you say, oh, I see you getting this great job and I see this opportunity coming in 3 months. If my free will doesn't put out the resume and doesn't make the effort, I'm probably not going to bring in that job, okay? So the free will is our ability to change the path. But I do believe that there are times, like you would say, well, wait a second, why can't I change the bad thing that happened to me? And I do believe there are times when we have life lessons, right? So that comes from the universe. Like you were reincarnated to get through this physical experience, and you've got some lessons. They're your homework, right? They're the exams. And so there are times when the free will won't necessarily kind of work because you have to have that particular experience.
Right.
So that is that. So there's fate. I think there's more synchronicity and coincidences than necessarily fate. I think fate is when it's that divine timing of you being open and in the right space and being so aligned to what is going on, that I think that is what we consider fate or destiny.
Okay, I see.
I agree with her.
And what about what if determinism is proven true by scientists within the next few years? Well, how would you guys feel about that?
If what, honey?
Wait, say it again.
If determinism was proven true within the next couple of years by scientists, how would you guys feel mentally about that?
If what was proven true?
Determinism. So if something
Determinism?
Yeah, so like if, something that is sort of a solid truth and just is, it's scientifically proven.
We're always fated. Everything was meant to happen, and there's no way we're not in control. Everything follows the laws of physics. If that's proven true within the next couple of years, how would you feel mentally about that?
I don't think it's going to bother me mentally because it doesn't. Yeah, I don't think it would bother me mentally. There's a lot of things, quote unquote, proven by science that only be unproven later or to be shown in a different way. Everything is energy, right? So it's not just the law of physics. Everything is energy. So it's going to be the ebbs and flows.
I see. Also, thank you for answering my questions. I appreciate it. You ladies have a nice night.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you
have a great day.
I don't.
Thank you.
You
Take
have
care.
a good night.
I mean, this is a very philosophical question. So, I mean, I think Colby is.
It's the best question. It's going to be answered. It's. I think it's going to be answered within a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I'm really worried about the psychological impact on humans. How
What do you think?
everyone's
What do you?
going to react?
What particular topic are you talking about?
Just the determinism that everything is fated and there's no way everything was meant to happen and there's no way we could change it. Everything was fated. Like, basically, everything follows the law of physics and we're not in control and, there's no self.
Yeah.
Everything's an illusion. The self is an illusion.
Yeah.
Good luck proving it.
That's a little
I mean,
deep
go
for
out there and
me.
prove it.
I mean, I believe in science and I believe in physics, but I also, and I like astrology, but I mean, whatever it is.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Yeah, but thank you so much for calling. We always like to have a new.
No, thank you.
Have a good night.
Yes. Have a good night. Good luck.
That was a good answer, though, Colby. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Susan.
Okay, all right. I have somebody here, Malia, or Malia. Malia, is that how you say it?
Malia, yeah. Hi, Susan. Hi, Colby. How are y'all?
Oh, very well, thank
Good,
you.
Malia. Hi.
She has a spooky story.
Hi, ladies.
Don't ask me about fate.
Yeah, there's a spooky story. Pardon me, I'm recovering from the virus. I'm wheezing.
Oh, but you're okay? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just leaving the barn, so
Are you COVID-free now? Are you past it, or are you still?
I'm on the very tail end. I'm out and about a little bit, but just to see the horse and then back.
Well, congratulations.
Anyway,
I'm very happy for you.
I have a scary story. Thank you. I have a scary story, but I actually have a question.
Okay.
For Colby about my parents.
Okay. Do you want to start with the story or ask her about the?
Well, just ask a question about my parents.
Okay.
And I think
let's do that.
Colby, you'll. I don't even think it needs a question for Colby.
You just want me to connect to your parents, honey?
Yeah, she feels like she needs to connect.
Yeah.
Is that what like they're in spirit and you want me to connect, sweetheart?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah.
The first thing they keep giving me is a layer of protection around you. So it's kind of interesting because you did just mention the COVID But I also mentioned I feel like it could have been a lot worse. I just feel like both your parents are very protective of you, especially your dad. Your dad's just so protective, right? And so I feel like there's a sense where they're letting me know that either he gave you a nudge to go to the doctor or something happened where he was saying, hey, listen, let's get there. You know what I mean? So I feel like they were there watching you and trying to help you, okay? There's also a sense, too, are you having any weird stuff happening at that barn? Did something happen with, like, some lights or the doors or something with that barn? Because your parents keep making me feel like they're at that barn as well.
Well, my dad was a veterinarian, and and I grew up around horses my whole life. And I'm 52, and he died when he was 52. And
yes,
he likes the horses.
My mom died at 39 of asthma, so this is really up for me. I didn't realize that when I called to tell my scary story when I was 12.
Yeah, but you see, like, that's why but you see how they were overly protective of you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you started they're showing me when you started to get sick that your dad was forcing you. Like, there was something like forcing you to go to the hospital or to the doctor. That's what he's making me feel like he did. Okay?
Yeah, the point is, you should always go to if you get COVID-19, go to the hospital right away, because that is the time to catch it. It's a good time to get in there and handle it.
Am I correct that you're married, honey? Am I correct that you are married?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and then
correct.
Is there something, I get this sense, like, at your wedding, this is your mom talking now. Did you wear something of your mother's at your wedding? Or she's making me feel like there was something you had on you that was hers. Do you remember?
Gosh, my memory is not what it used to be.
Well, it's the COVID. Just blame it on the COVID.
You know, my other mother, I call her. Her name's Gretchen. She was the officiant, and it was at her home, and her husband walked me down the aisle, and you know, Gretchen and my mother I know they're connected somehow, some way.
No,
so I know my mother was there. It was that was an important day, and I felt her there all day.
Yeah. There's something, though, she keeps giving me like a little bit of I don't know if it's a hair thing or a pin, but it's got some crystals and maybe some pearls on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Do you have something of hers that's like that?
Those were from Gretchen, my other mother. That's what I call her, my other mother.
Okay, is she in the spirit world too then?
Something borrowed. Those were the earrings. You nailed it. The pearls with the diamond bows. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Loaned them to me. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. So they're just
I
letting
think that was,
you
know. My mom's doing. My mother had clearly had a hand in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Do you remember your mom? I know this is a different, but do you remember your mom either in sewing or needlepoint or anything like that? Do you remember your mom doing that, or is that your grandmother?
That was my grandmother. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my nonna.
All right.
My mother's mother.
Didn't all grandmothers do needlepoint?
Grandmother is here, so she's letting you know.
But
and then
she was really into needlepoint and sewing, and she was craftivist.
So cool.
For sure.
She's very into that. And then there's also what's that called? Horseshoe, right? The horseshoe.
Mm-hmm.
Did your dad is showing me the hoof with the horseshoe, but I feel like the horseshoe is off the hoof. Do you happen to have a horseshoe at your house? Do you have one hanging at the house, or that's from your dad at your house?
No horseshoe.
Do you have a horse without a horseshoe on
real
it?
quick. Did you recently?
I mean,
did
my
you recently?
my horse
hang
has
on.
2 shoes on, but I don't have one on the houseboat.
Did you recently change the horseshoe? Did you recently?
Yeah. I have a brand new farrier. His name's Adam. And he put new shoes on her front feet like 2 weeks ago. 10 days ago.
Yeah, your dad was with you when you did that. Your dad was with you as you were doing that, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. So, just know that they're around, that they love you. I don't know why. Listen, your dad says you are not passing at 52. I don't know if that's a weird thing you thought, if that was
because
something
of the COVID?
you've had trouble with, but your dad says you're not going anywhere at 52.
Okay. Thank you. I needed to hear that too.
It's not your time yet.
Yes. And then one last thing. There's a bell.
Thanks.
Your dad, there's a bell. A bell. I don't know is there a bell at the house? Do you have a bell on an actual bell? Or I don't know if they gave me Christmas. I don't know if there's a Christmas ornament that's a bell, or if you literally have a bell at the house.
There's not a bell on the houseboat, but all my Christmas decorations are from my father and my father's side of the family.
Okay, there's going to be a bell.
It's a big dad Christmas thing.
Okay, and just one last thing. There's no collection. Okay, I'm just curious. There's no collection of bells. There's nothing on a shelf that's a bell.
No, not a bell. Doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
Doesn't ring a bell. Maybe it's the next caller.
I know. Yeah. It's for her.
Keep looking.
Home, just leave a note. It could be in the Christmas decorations, so just don't forget when you're hanging up those to see if it's there. But I almost felt like it was in the house now. So just make sure you take a look, okay?
Okay, and I'll ask my husband too. He might have tucked some things away or something.
Maybe it'll ring a bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to have something that doesn't.
Exciting, and I'm so grateful.
She got a 19 out of 20 though.
Thanks so
much. You're welcome. You're welcome.
God bless.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you both. Take care.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Oh, God.
Usually, Susan, you'll see there's going to be a bell. I mean, that's what I love about it. It might be 19 out of 20 now. Just give her a little bit. It will be 20.
She'll go, I forgot about the one by my bed.
I can't believe, I didn't know she meant a ceramic bell. Oh.
Somebody said something really nice. Lisa Jane, I like to read the nice things. These ladies are more or less grief counselors by heart. When loved ones move on, they all move in a peaceful state. You never know until you're called. No matter how their story ended up, it ends with a beginning. You can't have one without the other. Celebrate all the good memories and be glad you loved and lost and never had the opportunity, then never had lost the opportunity to love or be a part of them all. Celebrate the love. That's you, Colby.
Aww. That's very sweet.
It's true. It's true. I mean, people go, why do you do this show like on Drew's platform? I mean, we didn't have any haters today. I'm really glad, but it's kind of like, for me, it's been really healing to hear people go, I really want to talk to my mom, and then they start crying. Like, I was like, okay, perfect person right now. Like, she really needs the support. She's been sick and she misses her parents, and she's struggling along and trying to get through life. And, it is scary, and it's nice to know that you have the connection. So if anybody else wants to connect to their loved ones in a time of need and they want to call Colby, you can go to colbyrebel.com and you can get a reading. She's phenomenal. She will help you see the light and help you get through your troubled times.
Well, I won't help you see the light that way. I'm not.
Yeah, we don't want you to. Don't follow the light.
It's not fast track to the light, right? Oh, I book with Colby, and next thing I know, I'm on the other side.
Here's somebody on Facebook who had a crazy dream. I just woke up from a scary but amazing dream. My whole community was rounded up and huddled in a huge space and with security nets around us. My mother and I were on the edge, and we got everyone to break out of the edge to get relief from the oppressive feeling. We lifted the net and peered out to breathe and feel free when a group of 10 to 15 men walked along the torn edge looking for the perpetrators. They stopped right in front of me. I began to pray. I was finally brave enough to lift my hands in prayer. As I continued to pray, a glowing light surrounded my hands, and a lovely person held my hands and said, "We have heard your prayers. This is a beautiful end of my dream." I don't have dreams like that, but that's what it feels like to live in California. So what do you think, Colby? When she goes, it left her feeling grateful that her prayers will be answered. And I agree. I mean, we're all feeling super contained in this universe right now with this virus. But how do you interpret something like that for somebody like Margie?
Well, I just feel like it's about the confinement that we are doing, it can never confine the mind. It can never confine the imagination and the creativity. So although we're feeling this kind of enemy among us, so to speak, that doesn't mean we can't find the inspiration and creation to keep manifesting. And it's not about your outside influences. It's about what you create from the inside working out. And so the fact that she feels hopeful and the fact that there was a break in it, right? It just shows her, hey, wait a second, I'm finding the out, I'm finding the new way to do something.
Yeah, well, I wish that my dreams would end up like that. I've just had so many psycho dreams during the shutdown, and it's like they're anxiety dreams, just. Yeah. But then I started taking some CBD, and I'm feeling a little better, so.
Good.
We have a new sponsor coming, and I'm the tester, and I'm going to say it's working, and I'll give you the name of the stuff in November when they sign the contract. Yeah, it's helping my joints, and it's helping my dreams. I'm not so psycho in my dreams. Yeah, so far, and also, good. Yeah, and it makes me very talkative. I have to be careful. I don't want to take too much, or I interrupt every 5 minutes. So I was going to look up. Okay, let's see. We'll go to a guy. Let's see if I can find
another caller. We just had a guy.
No, that was a woman. That was the woman with the horse.
All right, let's do a caller, though.
Yeah, I am looking for it. I don't see this guy. He said he's in the queue. His name is... Oh, he probably has some... Sorry, Johnny Wrestling. I don't see your name on here. I don't what your name is. But, okay, somebody wants to know... Oh, God. I hit the wrong one. Heather. Oh, well. We're doing Heather. I meant to do this other one, but we'll do that next. It's not a male. So Heather is a female, I assume. I'm not going to assume anything. I know her gender, but Heather sounds like a girl's name. She has a question. Go, Heather.
Hi.
Hi there.
Yeah, I have a question. I've lost a lot of strong people in my life, and I haven't ever really reached out to anybody. And I don't know if they have any kind of messages for me. My daughter has a rare undiagnosed disease. Anyone in particular?
Yeah, honey.
I guess
I have a
woman.
Let me just tell you. Okay, well, we're going to start with a woman because you took too slow to answer, okay? So we got a woman because she stepped in. She's like, this lady's like, no, she took too long. I'm showing up. Here I am.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
And I think...
She's from Buffalo. How'd you know?
I feel like this is a grandmother, all right? So you would have a grandmother, and I feel like this might be on mom's side, right? So you would have a grandmother on mom's side in the spirit world. Is that right, honey?
Yes.
Okay. So you see, she's very impatient, this lady. Now, I'm curious.
So she's got some stuff to say.
Yeah, well, the uncle, you would understand, too. The uncle is her son, is that correct? This would be her son, or is that on Dad's side?
That's on Dad's side.
Okay. She's giving me her stepping in first. She's giving me her about moving everything out of the way. I think what's interesting is about your house, and I'm not sure why, but she's showing me everything needs to be impeccably clean. So I don't know if it has to do with your daughter's diagnosis or not, but she keeps showing me scrubbing everything down and scrubbing it down like using ammonia, pine sol, this kind of stuff, right? So she keeps showing me
I
disinfecting.
clean houses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Ding,
So
ding, ding.
she
I need
shows
that
me-
bell.
She shows me this feeling too of, I feel like for her, it's about you putting the pieces of your life together. So she shows me this part that maybe there was a point where everything fell apart or everything just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. And she shows me a sense of putting it back together, a sense of you being strong. So would you understand that around your life, Heather, that everything seemed like it fell apart and you had to kind of put it back together or kind of put your life back together in a way to create happiness for your daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And almost to like, would I be correct that you had a broken relationship as well? Am I correct with that feeling?
We've been together for a long time. It's not broken.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
troubled at maybe sometime, but not
Okay.
bad.
Okay. She gives me this sense where I feel like then you were broken, because she gives me this sense that like you just feel like it was, you weren't sure which way to turn, you weren't sure which way to go. But she says, you know, you have to come to us. Like when you're in doubt and when you're troubling, like come back to us. Ask us what to do, because we're all here helping you. There's a male too, another male. So not the uncle. Is your father in the spirit world by chance, honey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your dad, is it okay if your dad speaks before we have the uncle? I think the uncle stepped in later
yeah,
and helped
yeah.
raise you and do that sort of thing. But I feel like your father wants to step forward, and it's been a while since dad passed. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He
And I
passed in
just
1995.
Okay, because he makes me feel like there's a sense where it was a loss not being there with you, or a loss not being there for the girls. Do you know what I'm saying? So would I be correct that you have a sister as well, Heather?
Yep.
Okay. So he wants
Yes,
to
I do.
apologize for not being there for the girls, okay? I'm also curious too, is there a connection to around Christmas? Like, did he pass around Christmas? Or he just shows me coming in the house and it was right around Christmas and you two girls were real young. But then something after that happened. So I can't quite figure, I don't know. Did he pass soon after this, or is there a connection that you can think of that would make him there for Christmas and then
That was
gone?
my mom and dad's anniversary.
I
believe
got
it
it.
was.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Your dad just wants to tell you that he loves you. All right. Your dad's a little rough around the edges. I mean, do you know that about your dad? Do you remember enough about him?
Yes.
Okay.
He,
He's a little rough.
he was
rough
tough.
around the edges. Yeah, he is.
Strong.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he doesn't love you, right? And it doesn't mean that he doesn't amend for his behavior and amend for who he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a lot of violence with your dad. Am I correct with that? You tell me no if it's a no, but he makes me feel like he's saying sorry for your mother and you guys, like his violent temper.
No, he was actually really happy. He was a happy guy. And
did he fight with your mom? Is there anything with that with your mom?
Yeah, they did separate. They did separate.
Okay, because he just makes me feel like, because we want to let him apologize, right? Because he makes me feel like he wants to apologize, and it makes me feel like for your mother, okay? And I think there's maybe things you didn't see. It makes me feel like there's things you may not have seen. So, they are around you, but with your daughter, I just feel like I feel like she feels like she'll be okay. It's just like this whole adjustment to her lifestyle, right? Did you say it was undiagnosed?
Yeah, her whole schedule is flipped upside down.
Yeah, is it undiagnosed or just uncurable?
It's undiagnosed. We've been to the National Institute of Health, and she has a rare skin condition. And she also has global delays.
Okay, because it makes me feel like, it's just about reframing your life with her or your lifestyle with her, okay? And I believe she's going to get, maybe she's already there, but I believe she's just going to get more and more sensitive to the elements, more and more sensitive to things like water or air, sun. It feels like there's a lot of sensitivity that's going to happen.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, but it's
deep.
Yeah, but you can do it. That's why she chose you.
I know.
Her mother.
I know I can.
Yeah,
yes, I know I can, and I know I will.
Yes,
keep fighting the good fight.
And it's just about giving her a lot of love and a lot of attention. Do you have a Frank, Heather, in the family? Who's Frank?
A who? A Frank?
Do you have a Frank? Yeah, Frank.
I don't know.
An F?
Not off the top
Frank?
of my...
What about your husband's side? Heather?
He might. I don't think he...
Okay, well, we'll see if somebody else is Frank.
He has a big family. Yeah, he has a really big family.
So. All right, and there's no one in the living named Frank? And there's no one in the living named Frank or a middle name Frank?
Francisco? Okay, well, we'll hold that. Maybe the next person will do it. But Heather, thank you so much. I'm sorry for all your loss and what you're going through, but thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You're welcome.
You too.
So somebody asked on the Restream if you can talk to Eddie Van Halen. Is that something that you can just like go, okay, I'm going to talk to a celebrity that died? I know everybody's really dealing with the loss of Eddie Van Halen. He was a huge hero to a lot of people in the world. And but I'm just curious, like, if you
no, it's not like dial a spirit.
So you have to have somebody related to Eddie Van Halen, like.
No, you don't have something related necessarily, but you would have to, A, he would have to want to choose me to communicate, and B, to communicate something to a listener that why. It's not that it's impossible, but it's not. You just don't dial up you can't just dial up anybody. That's why you have to be able to tune in and.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen how you guys work. Yeah. I mean, some people say, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to tap into whoever today or whatever," but yeah, you have to have.
I've seen some people do it. It's just not how. Maybe that's just not how spirit works with me. I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm just asking it. You don't have to conjure up. I'm not going to make you conjure.
Oh, I'm not planning on it. I'm not planning on it.
So, I have. Now we're going to go to a guy. So I'm going to do that. Just because I like to mix it up a little bit.
And I would say, just for the record, too, he passed very recently, and his family deserves that privacy to grieve the loss of their loved one.
Right, not exploiting the loss of a huge mogul. I mean, unless he showed up in front of you and wanted you to spread a message, you'd have to have some kind of reason without looking like a complete lunatic,
Yeah. we look like a lunatic enough already.
Know, right?
We don't need any added fuel to the fire.
I know. I've been called a lot of things, trust me. But I dig it. I don't care. What do I got to lose? Hey, Derek, how are you?
I'm great, guys. How you doing?
Thank you for calling up with Susan Pinsky. I'm here with Colby.
It's a pleasure. I've been following you guys for a while, so this is great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. So he has a question for you, Colby.
What can I do for you, Derek?
So, Colby, I had a lover, I guess you could say, a girlfriend, and things were going swell. She really liked me. I took her out a lot. We had a great time, and you know what? No, forget it. Listen, the reason why I'm here, Colby, is I want to know when I can take you out and fucking crack your back.
Okay. Bye, Derek. Okay.
You can block that one. You can block that. Just so you know.
Derek,
if it's in
come on, brother.
Studio,
come on, brother.
block the callers.
I know. I just have to. I have to find. You got it. Oh, but What was he on? Okay, Derek, you're very funny. Okay, we get it. She's hot. Okay, so.
I could feel that was coming.
Could
My
you
finger
feel
was
it?
on the mute
Yeah,
button.
I could. That could too. Yeah. All right, let's do another. Let's do
I
a
mean,
woman
whatever.
caller.
Shit happens. Whatever. Okay, so you're gonna make us not want to talk to men anymore if you get like that. You just screwed it up for all the other men that want to call. No, we'll be fine. I think we'll get over it. This is not church talk.
You want to pick another caller?
Yeah, I have Dr. Denise on the phone.
Okay.
Wow. Yay. Hi, ladies.
How are you?
I just
Hi
want to say
there.
thank you. Good. How are you? I just was like, I thought it was no coincidence that I thought you were on. And I want to, first of all, have gratitude for all the work you both do with reminding us that there is no veil. And then I just thought I'd keep it open-minded. There's a huge collaboration and all kinds of good things going in the universe. And I just wanted to see if any of my ancestors are coming in with all that's happening, and the word discernment comes to mind.
Okay, is there anyone in particular, Denise, that you want me to connect to?
No, actually. I'm in a really, this whole time of the pandemic has been a huge, amazing kind of opening awareness and multidimensional. And number one, I'm excited to collaborate with both of you, but more kind of an abundance. I have a lot of different opportunities coming up for doing good in the world. And I just want to see if any of my ancestors are coming in. Mm-hmm.
Well, I connect to your loved ones, so I mean, I'm not going to do past life ancestors and things like that, but I have a male in spirit for you, Denise, that makes me feel like this would be a father for you. So would you happen to have a father in the spirit world or a grandfather you would have been close to?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, because this male comes through, and you would understand him to also be very intelligent. Like, I feel just like you, that kind of strive to know everything or to get to the bottom of things comes from him as well. Does that make sense around him?
Yeah.
Okay, is this your father, honey, or the grandfather?
I think it's my father, but we'll see.
Okay, would you understand your father also? So, like, I feel like with this does feel like it's your father, because I do feel like he's a bit of really either an engineer or wanting to know how things work. There's something along these lines with him, right? And so he always would like to kind of solve the puzzle, or always like to put the pieces in, right? And I also feel like he liked things pretty organized. Does that make sense around your dad?
No.
I think it's my dad.
Would it be more the grandfather,
What'd you
Denise?
say?
How about your grandfather?
Would it be more?
Yeah, more my grandfather.
Okay. Would you also understand with this sense do you happen to have a memory around a car? So maybe they're both coming in, because I really feel like this is dad. Would you happen to have a memory around a car where your dad is under the hood of the car, looking at the car, doing something like this?
Well, there's a car that my grandparents helped, like they bought it for me, and then I paid them back.
Okay.
Did they work underneath the hood of the car?
Was there anything wrong with it, or anything where the hood was up and they're showing you where things are, so you understood where things are?
Denise, I think my dad's
no,
cock
Susan,
blocking
let me
or
just
reading.
try to.
Okay,
no,
keep going.
Susan, Susan, stop. Let me work with her. I know this is for her. I just got to get it in a way that she understands.
Okay.
He gives me this sense. I feel like this man, the man I've got, Denise, likes to show you how things work, likes to make sure that you're informed, likes to make sure that you can kind of take care of yourself. That's the sense I get from him, okay? I get a sense of illness around his passing, like cancer connected to his passing, okay? And I get a sense with him where he's not super emotional. Like there's not a super emotional, so I feel like he liked to kind of be practical about things as to show you how things were done. So does that make sense around the father or the grandfather?
Kind of more my grandpa.
Okay. All right. So I just feel like with this, I feel like he's coming in because it's about you making sure that everything is in order for what you're doing. Like making sure things are planned, making sure the next steps are there, making sure that everything you have is like in the place that you want it before you launch it or before you take the next step. It's like being very measured in how you do it so that it maximizes its success. Because he shows me like if you think and then do it and then think and then do it, it feels like it really has a lot of success to it.
Right.
Hello?
I like
that.
I like the message.
Denise, you do on air. You should know to answer quickly on air.
I literally believe in that. That sounds like my dad, something my dad would say too. But that's why I said he used to tinker he used to show me under the car
this is for her.
I know, but maybe it's also a message for me. I feel I'm resonating.
If she feels that way.
I'm resonating with that. I do. I get it.
Okay, good. All right.
I mean,
so guys, one of the things
you're helping me.
Go ahead. So what's interesting is many of the women that are coming together for this new endeavor that I'm starting, everyone has kind of worked through the karmic experiences of betrayal. So it's like a really beautiful time with all of us coming together. And there's all these opportunities, as I'm sure you've both come across yourself, and just using discernment. So I feel like maybe the way the car is being checked is more like symbolic. That's
no, listen, I tell you, I'm just going to let myself own this. It's not symbolic, and I understand it, and it is what it is. I do believe that he's definitely showed me a car. I don't think it's symbolic. But that discernment comes around planning and organizing and making sure everything is right before moving on to the next step.
Check under the hood.
I think his message is right. Yeah, check under the hood. Or maybe there's something around your car. I'm not really sure. But it's definitely a car, and I wish I could make it symbolic, but I have to own that it's a car.
Okay.
So,
but thank you for calling, Denise. It's so nice to hear from you.
Yes. And congrats for you. Congrats on everything you're doing. Okay, honey? Lots of love. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you. And thank you guys too.
Okay.
Love you.
All right.
Bye.
I hope you have a good one. Bye.
Wink. Okay, so
one last one.
One last one. Okay, this is tough. The last one's always like the icing on the cake here. Let's see. Oh, something you're really good at. You're really good at this. I know you're good at this.
Oh, someone wants to know about babies.
Yep, exactly. We got to follow that up with a baby. We haven't had a baby talk. So this is Jackie. Welcome to Colby.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi,
How you doing, honey?
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Good. How are you guys?
So we got to talk babies, huh?
Yep.
All right. So, and I guess we're trying to have babies. Is that what we're doing? And we want to know what's going on?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And I do believe that you've already been trying. Is that right? Because I do feel like we've already been trying, but maybe you're just being... yeah. And hang on. You know, it feels so... Listen, I'm not a doctor. You got to call Dr. Drew. But I will say that I'm not feeling there's a medical issue, Jackie. Like, I actually feel like you can get pregnant, and I feel like you will get pregnant, okay? But there is something about there is something weird here about getting back in harmony with your partner. So I'm not, I don't know if it's because of COVID or, maybe because of the anxiety you've got, because you do feel like there's a bit now anxiety around this, right? Like now you're starting to get stressed or anxious, like, why isn't this here yet? You understand that part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now to me, it makes me feel like, hey, I'm becoming a little disjointed from my husband. Not out of love by any means, but it's a little out of rhythm. You know when you're trying to dance with someone and it's just a little off? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So now what we got to do is like, we gotta, what is the saying, throw the bath baby out of the window? What does that mean? Does
Throw the
anybody
baby
know what
out with
that
the
means?
bathwater.
Yeah. So what I mean by that,
Don't do
listen,
that.
no. But what I mean is,
You want it
Jackie,
sometimes.
what I want you to do is let go of the worry about having this baby. All right. Let's focus back on that relationship. Let's get back in sync and back in alignment. Because I have to tell you, like when you two, especially in that beginning, you two were so much in alignment, like you knew each other's thoughts, or you were on the same page, like it was so together, that synchronicity. We got to get that back in there, okay? And so I feel like getting that back in there, it will help you bring this baby in. It's just almost like you're not on the same page about it. I wonder, does he have any caution or any concern that he's not 100% sure he wants a child? I mean, is there any worry for him around this?
None that he voices to me, but if anything, he's actually the one more looking forward to that, and he kind of always has been. I'm probably the one with some reservations.
I got it. Yeah. So you see, it's going to be really hard to get pregnant when energetically you're kind of hitting the brakes. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's kind of
That's
a weird
the free
time.
will. Well, in the earlier call, when I talked about free will, this is kind of an idea of free will, right? It's not like the universe isn't just going to plop a baby down because you say it. Like energetically, you're saying no.
Sometimes
so
it happens.
energetically, it's about getting onto the same page as your husband and releasing the stress and the worry around it, okay? You're going to be a great mom. I mean, you're going to really love it, you know? I mean, listen, I'm not the one who has to raise your kids, so I totally understand. But you're going to do a fantastic job, okay? And I think you're going to realize how much you're meant for this. I really do. It's just, you know, you got to let yourself get to this point. You're just I think it's a lot of fear coming up for you. Yeah. Were you having trouble as a child as well? Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be amazing. But we gotta let it go. You're hitting the brakes. You're out of
She's
sync.
like, sounds really amazing.
We gotta put on some Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
We gotta get it on. And
You gotta synchronize your
synchronize.
schedules and get out some.
Just really like it's about being energetically connected again.
Promise him a blowjob, and then maybe he'll do it more
No,
often.
Susan, this is on Facebook. Stop it, Susan. This is you're gonna get something on Facebook.
This is my show, Colby. I can say whatever I want.
It's gonna get big on Facebook.
I promise.
Oh my goodness.
I've used that word before. It doesn't get banned. It's not a dirty word. It's okay.
All right.
You can give
All
it
right,
BJ.
so
I'll just call it BJ. How's that?
anyhow, Jackie, I hope that helps you.
It does. Thank you so much.
Okay. All
Good
right.
luck. I
Lots of
hope
love
if you have
to
a baby, let us know.
Okay.
Okay. Take care. So I'm looking at the restream, and some people were saying one person, Kelly, wanted to know if we could tell if her condition would improve or get worse, and where I am with my medical setup, move back home. I think you need to stick with your medical advice for that, like, because this is for entertainment purposes, and we're not medical professionals, even though we're on Dr. Drew's. We're giving empathy and love and insight, but call in another time and see if one of my great psychics can connect with you and give you some advice. But also, somebody said that they thought that was one of the Dr. Drew After Dark people who called in and decided to go after Colby. So we do have quite an entourage of followers from Dr. Drew After Dark, and it's sort of like the Loveline group, and so it's a crossover. But I appreciate that you guys are calling in and and entertaining us on some level. Also, the lines are busy. We only have 15 lines open. We had 400 calls. Colby always brings a huge amount of calls in because she is so wonderful. And I think that she needs some kudos. I wish everybody, let's give a round of applause to this amazing woman.
Thanks.
I also wanted to reply to Riza. Yes, my computer was haunted yesterday, but it wasn't haunted. What happened was we were working on some Zoom capabilities on my laptop, and everything was out of sync. And then for some reason, my computer drained, and then my mouse was going in circles. And hopefully, it won't happen again on Dose of Dr. Drew. So it wasn't haunted. Although when I called my tech guy, Carlos, he said, "Are you doing that psychic show again? Because doesn't that cause a bunch of problems in your electronics?" So. Colby, when you're done with something like this, how do you feel? Do you feel like you feel good? I know you're tired. I know it kind of exhausts you, but I feel like you've given a service, and I've gotten to witness it. It's sort of like being next to a religious person, but not with a religion. It just really it warms my heart. And do you feel good about it, or do you just go?
Yeah, I always just check in afterwards, and I check in with spirit, and I just say, did I do right by you? Did I do right by you? And that always just helps, because that's really, at the end of the day, who I have to answer to. I have to answer to spirit and say, hey, did I honor you in the right way? Did I hold you in the right space? And that's always my goal, and always to help people. And so I do hope that I've been able to do that. So thanks for having me on tonight.
I think you never let me down. I can't wait to see you again and do it again soon. And now that we know we can do it from wherever, but also you can find her at colbyrebel.com. So if you guys know somebody who needs a psychic reading, you might want to gift it as a birthday present, or you might want to help people, help yourself into something spiritual in these crazy times. But you can find her at colbyrebel.com and sign up, and she will give you a good, solid reading. Also, find her podcast, Coffee with Colby. And you don't have any events coming up or anything that you're...
Oh, I do. It's Pet Connects. So,
good talk, dog.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
that's going to be really fun. They can find it on my website or my Facebook page.
Yeah, so go to her website, find Pet Connects, and then you can be in a Zoom meeting or something, or just watch a show?
Yeah, it's an online event connecting to animals psychically and mediumistically.
How fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody on the phone, and I appreciate everybody who called in and put their heart out there to be a part of this, and also for my husband for having this great platform where we can spread a little bit more information about this, and hopefully we'll have something nice and spooky next weekend. I'm working on Miss Cindy Kaza and the Holter Files, but since they have a new series coming out, and she may have agreed to come on the show. So, but I want to get back with you, right after that, as soon as possible, and
sounds good.
Yeah, hang out some more. And I do, after the commercial, do you want me to wait for you, or do you have to skedaddle?
Oh, I can wait a minute.
Okay, we'll talk afterwards. I miss you. Right. I wish you were here. We could have a glass of wine, have some sushi. I mean, come on. It's just not the same. But I'll feel better about myself going to New York and not, looking like I'm exposing myself. So.
You did well.
As we're gradually moving back to opening schools and businesses, and of course our in-person interactions, I want to remind you, this is all time with cold and flu season getting going. Staying hydrated is key to helping your body deal with the added stress and with the upcoming flu season. My regular fans have heard me talk about a product called Hydrolite for a long time now. It's an amazing rapid rehydration drink. It's a mix that, we're obsessed with here. I'm excited to announce they've just released Hydrolite Plus Immunity just in time for cold and flu season. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity starts with their fast-absorbing electrolytes and adds a host of immune-boosting ingredients. Each single-serve, easy-pour drink mix contains 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and 300 milligrams of elderberry extract, creates what is hopefully immune-boosting formula that's high in antioxidants and zinc. Combining this with Hydrolyte's 7 key electrolytes, it's a fantastic way to stay proactive and properly hydrated. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity comes in convenient, easy-to-pour powder sticks that rapidly dissolve in water and make a great tasting drink that has 75% less sugar than your typical sports drink. It uses all natural flavors, and it is gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free, non-GMO, and it is vegan. And you can find Hydrolyte Plus by visiting hydrolyte.com/Dr. Drew. Again, that's HYDRALYTE.com/DRDRW. And be sure to use our code Dr. Drew 25 at checkout for a special discount. The World Health Organization estimates that each year approximately 1 million people take their own life. That's one death every 40 seconds. Experts predicted numbers would peak in 2020, but no one could have imagined the devastation brought on by COVID-19. During the coronavirus pandemic, you may experience anxiety, sadness, and loneliness. Existing mental health conditions, including severe anxiety and major depression, may worsen. If you're feeling hopeless, contemplating self-harm, or you're concerned about someone else, I'm here to tell you there is hope. A Mission for Michael is dedicated to helping clients achieve complete inner and outer transformation. Mission for Michael is the premier resource for intensive mental health treatment in Southern California. With an astonishing 2-to-1 client-to-staff ratio, each client in their facility receives individual care 24 hours a day, overseen by a team of all doctorate or master's level clinicians. With a focus on evidence-based treatment, along with personalized and compassionate care, they offer mental health treatment that can change lives. If you're suffering from mental illness or you're concerned about a loved one, go to amfmtreatment.com. Again, that's a Mission for Michael, amfmtreatment.com, or call 866-581-4401. Again, that is 866-581-4401.